Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayowealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
Been about a week and a half. We wanted to make sure there weren't any shenanigans with the election. It is done. GOP took the Senate, and now it came out this week. He's got the House. What about the families that you serve? What's their take right now? Are they excited? Are they nervous? Are they angry? Are they ecstatic? Or do a lot of the families you serve, are they kind of like, hey, man, we've got a good strategy going. Let's just keep heading down that right road?
Well, you know, it's really important, Mark. Our family members, our clients, we've always worked, and I always work the glass is half empty. I'm always looking at the worst case scenario for people, and I want you to have the rose-colored glasses on. Mm-hmm. So our clients in here, and we talk about this every time we speak, we talk about politics, and not about, I want this person, not that person. I like this person, not that.
Yeah.
But about how the government affects our retirement, how the government affects our planning, and to make sure our plan fits our needs in retirement. It all goes back to the Family First Retirement Plan, Mark. Making sure we have our ducks in a row, mm-hmm. looking at the information we know to be true, and planning accordingly. So when people call us and give us a call at 302-330-2166 and schedule that no-cost, no-obligation meeting, we're taking that emotion out. You're happy Donald Trump won? Great.
Yeah.
You mad that Donald Trump won? Great. Let's get over it. Let's see how this is going to affect your retirement. Not Donald Trump's retirement, not Joe Biden's, not anyone's, but you and your family. Because family is all what Politarhos stands for.
Amen.
In Greek, it means family.
Yeah.
And we treat our family members, our clients, just like our family. So if you're one of those people that have saved over $200,000+ for retirement, you need to pick up the phone and give us a call. 302-330-2166. We're at that end of year, Mark.
Yeah.
We have a lot of changes in the next, whatever the heck it is, 6 weeks, 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever it is. And we still have opportunities. We still have chances to position ourselves and take advantage of some of the good taxes we have, mm-hmm. and see how we can get in a better place for tomorrow. Make sure our plan is solid and we're comfortable. So give us a call, 302-330-2166.
Just because Trump won doesn't mean the economy is going to be all unicorns and sparkles and roses. But just because Trump won, that doesn't mean it's all doom and gloom either. And George, you just mentioned it, taxes. Always thinking about your tax strategy. A lot of people want to know the Trump tax cuts. They were set to expire at the end of 2025. So do you think, you don't have a crystal ball? We understand that. But do you think there's a chance he could extend those?
I think one of the things that people have to remember is that he talked a lot about some very aggressive taxes, right? Mm-hmm. Taxes staying where they are, even going lower possibly. Not taxing Social Security, not taxing overtime. And one thing about Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, he keeps his word about stuff. He may say that, something crazy, but he keeps his word to it. Mm-hmm. So when he's saying that they want to lower tax or keep them where they are, I'm pretty confident that's going to happen. Mark, you just said it. We can't promise that. We can't guarantee that. What I can guarantee, until the end of next year, 2025, we have this tax structure. Let's take advantage of it. Let's assume the worst, right? The glass is half empty. Let's assume the worst, that's not going to get extended. How are we going to prepare for that? When you come in and meet my team and I, we're going to help you be lined up correctly. We're going to look, possibly it's about taking advantage of the taxes this year, having a Roth conversion, maybe. Maybe it's going to be doing some tax conversions next year. Maybe it's about doing some tax-deferred, tax-free income for the future. But that's why the Family First Retirement Plan is so important, Mark. Because when you come in, this plan is built towards you. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny. I had Deb and Joe come in this past week. They're 64 and 63, and they're retiring from the federal government, the husband is. And the one thing they worried about was, how is our taxes going to change? How are we going to manage to go forward? Do we have enough saved in our TSP? We sat down, and the Family First Retirement Plan, I love it because we always say my job is take the gray out of your retirement and make it black and white.
Yes, sir.
We sat here for 2 hours. We went a little bit longer than normal. And to see the wife, Deb, was so nervous. Do you ever see that, folks? And you go and you're worried about talking to that doctor. You're worried about talking to the teacher when you're younger.
Oh, yeah.
You got that like jitters almost where you're sitting there, you're real tight.
Yeah, every time I ask my wife if I can go on a golf weekend with the boys.
Well, she never says no. All I do is see pictures of you playing golf, and not very good, by the way. That's how Deb was when she came in. After our 2 hours of talking, having a good cup of coffee, and going through everything, explaining it, it was like someone just washed her away. The change in her body, because she knew that things were good. We were going to be okay, and we had a plan. And we're still building the plan, obviously, but it's really looking good for them. And that's all we care about, Family First Retirement. That's our job, to make you sleep better at night. Not be wandering the house and having leftovers with the dogs, but to sleep better, be at ease, and get ready for retirement.
That's pretty specific right there, because you've said it before. That's exactly what you do when something bothers you.
When I'm worried about something, whether it is worrying about my sons, Alex and Jared, Leslie, anything, I don't sleep. And I go downstairs and I wander the house. And I obviously, first thing, you don't just wander and go get a glass of water and sip it like, No. I go right to the refrigerator.
Yes, sir.
We had this for dinner. Oh, we had that for dessert. And I'm picking. And I am a very generous man, Mark. You know this.
I agree.
When I'm picking at my leftovers, Capone, Piper, and Winnie are all sitting there with me having a bite too. So the dogs enjoy us. So
they love it when your anxiety's kicking in.
They love when I'm all balled up. They do.
302-330-2166. Again, 302-330-2166. Think about walking into the front door of the Betray Wealth Group. Again, as George just said, a little anxious, a little nervous. You think you've made some financial mistakes. Not real sure if you're in the right place for retirement. But after 60 minutes and 90 minutes, walking out with the confidence that you're making the right decisions to reach your retirement goals. That Family First Retirement Plan, it's no cost, it's no obligation. 302-330-2166. We know this time of the year, things start getting chaotic. Get ready for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Want to spend time with the kids and the grandkids. Do you have time? Is your calendar open? Can we schedule a time to come meet you in the next couple of weeks?
We are filling people in as we need to.
Right.
And I don't care, folks, we're here to 8 o'clock at night. We have a short amount of time left to get some things done.
Okay.
Our job is to help you be lined up correctly. So are we filling people in? Absolutely.
Right.
And when we have our reviews, Mark, we're doing virtual reviews, phone reviews with people, and obviously in the office. We're all on hand. We're taking care of it. And because we need to make some changes, perhaps. May we need to change some allocations. May we need to move some money, because tax time, we know what our bills are going to be, what's due to the government. We have opportunity to plan a little bit to reduce those obligations to Uncle Sam, right?
Right.
And that's the time we're in right now. This is about you. Let's get that straight. It's not about George or Angie or Achilles or Ernie. It's about you and your family, because my family's job is to take care of your family. And when you give us a call at 302-330-2166, we're going to go over that. We're doing end of year reviews. But I got to be honest with you, Mark, if you're working with somebody else right now and they haven't reached out to you to go over that, you need to give me a call. I'll sit and tear it apart with you right now to make sure it's doing what they said it was going to do. It's doing what you want it to do. And even more importantly, you're on the right path to be retired and comfortable tomorrow.
That's right.
So call me at 302-330-2166 or go to Patria Wealth. That's Patria Wealth.com.
And I've seen it. George works after hours, even seen him come in on the weekends as well. So that's how important this is to him, to make sure that the community, the families he serves, that they're all taken care of, especially now more than ever. This time of year, towards the end of the year, there are some strategies you need to take advantage of before we flip it to 2025. You're always talking about strategy, George. Always about the strategy at the Betray Wealth Group. So now with the election behind us, we're starting to see the stories come out. Who spent what? Where did they spend it? Over $1.5 billion was spent on the presidential campaign.
Good
$1 billion alone.
Lord.
To the Harris campaign.
Well, $1 billion, $20 million.
Oh, yeah. They're raising money now. They're in debt.
They're in debt.
Jeez. And look, this is both sides.
Just
Republicans, you're not.
Oh, no, Republicans, let's stop. We had congressmen running for positions, and they're spending $100 million on a job that pays $100. What are you talking about? There's a reason, Mark.
George, there are lessons to be learned with this, though. Harris' campaign gave Beyonce $10 million, gave Oprah $1 million, gave Al Sharpton $500,000 before she did an interview. It went to his charity, but it was before she did an interview
So they say.
on MSNBC. Now, had Harris won, they're going to say everything was great. But at the end of the day, over $1 billion, and you're still $20 million in debt, there's some strategy conversations that need to be had.
It's about not doing what everyone else has done, right? Because everyone thinks you're supposed to spend a lot of money run for president. I think that's the blueprint that certain parties and both Republican and Democrats run off of this blueprint.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to one of those big box firms, Mark, and they say, you're 65 years old. This is the plan for you. And they give you this box that you have to fit into this box because of your age, and they slide you down the line. Just like the blueprint for running for office is not set for everyone, how you do it, the blueprint for your retirement is not the same for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have $500,000 in retirement money, or maybe you have $5 million. Your plan is different for each and every one of you. My team is going to set this up so that we understand what your wants, your needs, and your desires are, and build the Family First Retirement Plan for your desire, for what your objective is. And be quite honest with you, as I spoke with Joe and Deb, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. I'm not going to mislead you. His concern was, do I have enough money, George? Mm-hmm. I said, you know what? With everything, how we do, what we're looking at, you're going to be absolutely perfect. Retire. I told her if it was different, if your expenses instead of being $5,200 a month or $15,000 a month, I'm telling you, Joe, go back. You're not leaving yet. But it's all about the individualization and the individual plan we have for you. So if you've saved over $200,000 plus, you need to give us a call, 302-330-2166. That's 302-330-2166. And Mark, can I put a disclaimer here, bud?
Yes, sir.
I want to help everybody. From soup to nuts, I want to be here for you. But with our strategies and our planning process, 200,000 is really where we can start doing something productive to help you and down the road.
Yeah.
And I hate to say, I won't say no to anybody, but I hate to say I can't help you because there's not enough mix here for us to be able to get a production for you.
I know exactly where you're coming from, so I'll say it, even though George won't. He's not a miracle worker. Look, if you've saved $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for your retirement, that's great. Keep building upon that. There's work to be done. But the power begins to really start building upon your gains right around $200,000, $250,000, $300,000 in retirement.
And I want to help everybody, but I have to have something to start with.
Yeah.
And if you need help, if you're one of those people that say, George, I'm not there yet. I'm just starting out. My son or daughter's just starting out. What can we do to help them? How can they get going? I'll be happy to talk to your kids for you, obviously. I'm a dad. I'm a great grandpa. Well, not a great grandpa, but I'm a grandpa. I understand that. And my children, your children, are our priorities in life. And I'll be happy to give them some guidance.
Yeah.
But at this stage, I have to have something to work with to help you be in the best place. Call us at 302-330-2166 and let us start taking those steps. We have time, Mark. We have time this year to make some really good adjustments and get the plan started, at least until beginning of next year if we can't get it now. But let's start the process because your retirement deserves you spending an hour and a half, 2 hours to get the education, the information you need to make the right move. And we have to move forward, not backwards.
How many people have had this on their to-do list for the entirety of 2024? Because what do we all do at the beginning of the year? Our resolutions are our to-do list, and everybody's had it on there. Everybody's like, hey, man, I'm worried about taxes. I'm paying too much in taxes. Got to get a handle on that. Hey, my 401k strategy, it's doing all right, but could it be doing, but I need to talk to somebody about that. And now here we are. About 8 weeks left, 6 weeks left.
It's really funny. Everyone complains about yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had Bob and Sam come in last week, and he was sitting there with his head down, shaking his head, saying, I really should have been more aggressive.
Yeah.
I really should have done this. 3 years ago in 2020, I took a beating. I lost $180,000. If I had just moved it faster, if. The biggest word you'll ever hear is if. And what should I have done? The what ifs, right?
Right.
Listen, it's behind us. We can't change what has occurred. We can only change what's ahead of us. And you need that help. You really do. If you're 5, 6, 8 years out of retirement or sooner, you need that help because you've built wealth. You have accumulated wealth with your 401k, with your thrift savings plan, a 403b, squirreling money away. You've done a great job of building wealth. You need the help in managing the wealth.
Yeah.
Those people helping you build the wealth while you're working is a phase 1 type mentality. Okay? They managed your 401k. They helped you get there. Where you're coming to Portrayal Wealth, we're a phase 2. We're taking to the next step of building that wealth, promoting that wealth, and having it extend over you and your spouse's life, building that legacy for your children, whatever that may be. If you're like George and Leslie, you're going to live a good life in retirement. You're going to work hard, have fun, do everything we want to, build memories with Alex, Anna, Jared, and Archer, and any other grandchildren we have coming along. And if there's money left over, God bless them, the kids will have some money. Or maybe you're that kind of person that doesn't want to spend any of your money. You want to live a very Spartan lifestyle and pass on this big chunk of money to your children. And that's a great plan. Once again, it's not George and Leslie's plan.
Right.
Or maybe you want to take your last breath and spend that last nickel.
Yes, sir.
And that's a great plan. Not George and Leslie's plan. But that's why it's called the Family First Retirement. It's your plan for what you want. And we're here to manage that and help you get to where you need to be. Stop into our office, Mark, at 501 Silverside Road, Wilmington, 19809, or give us a call at 302-330-2166. And let's schedule that call. Let's schedule that time to talk. Let's sit there and see how we can help you be in the best place possible to make sure your retirement works for you.
I noticed you said something there. You said, I want to be able to take care of my kids, Archer, any other grandkids. Was there a little breaking news that we need to have this weekend here?
Oh, no.
Okay,
no,
just
no,
all right,
no,
just
no,
double
no,
checking.
no.
Just double checking. I know how much that grandkid.
Not that I know of.
Okay, all right. Just double check. I know that grandkid melts your heart. You.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
God.
Here
My
we go.
baby. I adore this little boy.
How old Archer is? How old now? Year and a half.
We're 13 months old.
Yeah, love it. It's fun. It's been fun to watch, and I know there's a lot of people listening. They're going through I got a lecture from my mom this week that she's like, Mark, I want to spend more time with Caroline. You don't understand how important it is for a grandma to see her grandchild. I need to see her more. I don't know why she talks like that, but that's how I give my mom.
She can talk that way. She raised you. But you know what's even more important than how important it is for the grandma or grandpa to see that child? It's more important for the child to see his grandma and grandpa.
Amen.
Or her grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, because we know there's candy for dinner, and there's toys coming, and there's snugs coming. Yeah.
And they go back to their house.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's all that matters.
Hopped up on candy with new toys and sticky hands. 302-330-2166. That's the legacy that we're talking about here on Family First Retirement. Take advantage of it if you've saved at least $200,000 or more for your retirement. George wants to sit down with you and customize this plan. Nothing wrong with getting that second opinion. George, true or false, would you agree with this statement? Somebody sits down with you, you take a look at their portfolio, and you're going to tell them, it's not as bad as you think it is, but it's also not as good as you hope it would be.
Probably.
Yeah.
I need to make sure you understand where we're at, where we're going, and how it's going to work for you. I never want someone to leave my office, Mark, or hang up the call and not have the truth in front of them.
Sure.
You know, really, I think, when I talk to customers, like my HR couldn't explain this to me. They didn't tell me, how it works. We have a Boeing plant near us.
Mm-hmm.
And Boeing, unfortunately, has a huge layoff coming worldwide, about 10% of their workforce.
Ouch.
We're working with a lot of customers from Boeing right now because they don't know what the options are, how they're going to retire. They're given a package saying you're going to be furloughed, i.e. let go. What you do with it is your choice. They have no one to help them or guide them. We work with those people every day, just like the Christiana Hospital. We're with those people every day, nurses and doctors, maintenance, janitorial, helping them understand how their retirement's going to work and make sure that you're lined up to be in the right place. Because, Mark, you get to retire once. It's not like when you play golf and you buy like 1,000 mulligans because the ball. It's one time.
Still not enough.
Is how we're going here. And we have to be lined up for it. We have to be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want this to be smooth. And if something's not right, I'm going to tell you it's not right.
Yeah.
If you think that, oh my gosh, we're doing great, and you probably are, but I'm that outside person looking in that sees the warts sometimes that you don't see, or I look at it from the other side of the counter to make sure you understand where we're at, because I want you to have the information. We're all adults. If something's not looking good, we can handle the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Just be honest with me. That's what people want to say, and that's what they need. And when you deal with me or my team here at Betray Your Wealth, we're going to give you the truth, whether you like it or not.
You talked about the honesty there, and that's one of the big reasons that initial consultation is no cost, no obligation. It's an opportunity just to get to know each other. It's that discovery period, if you will.
Absolutely. It's a date.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is. You go for these, and this is all new to me because Leslie and I have been married for going on 33 years. We've been together, so I don't know what a date is.
Could you imagine trying to get back out in the dating world?
I couldn't.
God.
But I talked to these younger people, and they're like, well, we went and we met for, at the XYZ and had a drink together and talked. I'm like, we didn't do that stuff. We went to the bar.
Yeah.
We went to the, but they get the chance to interview. It's an interview, I guess. You get the chance to talk, figure each other out, see what your quirks are, see what you like.
Yeah.
Maybe you like me. Maybe you don't like me, but at least we'll find out. Because, Mark, you know this. I am not the right person for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I take no offense to that.
Sure.
I am right for 95% of the people I meet. I am the right fit for them, and we get along well. But those 5%, hey, that's why we make vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
That's right.
And I do eat a lot of vanilla ice cream.
Insurance and annuities offered through George A. Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.